Saturday, May 30th, 10:08 a.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, to Winning Wall Street's Money. Tomorrow is the last trading day of the month for the futures market. We're going to do the broad futures, looking at the energy, metals, agriculture, and livestock. Include the monthly and the weekly charts. Commodities are priced in the US dollar. When the US dollar is strong and going higher, that has an impact to have the commodity prices go lower. Well, if the US dollar is declining in value, that would have the inverse, have commodities go higher. One of the things that affects the price of the dollar is the bond yields, US Treasury bond yields, and the Federal Reserve policy. That's a big insight I just shared with you. The other thing that affects commodities, supply, demand, wars, geopolitical. So I'm about to show you, first is the monthly time frame on energy. 10-year chart, crude oil futures. Right now for the current month, you see the yellow candle. We haven't taken out the high or low of the prior month. And that prior month was also a yellow candle. We have wars, we have tariff, and crude oil doesn't know what it wants to do. Within the current month and last month of breaking out. But we do know, I just shared with you, commodities are priced in dollars. We're at war. We have tariffs. We're also coming into the summer season, higher demand for oil. Big trading ranges here. Look at that. I have bullish positions on crude oil using options, earning income. Natural gas, 10-year chart. Look at this current candle making a reversal. Higher high, higher low. The trend reversed. I have bullish positions on with options, earning income. That was just two of the products here. Let's take it to the weekly time frame now. From a 10-year to a 5-year, and each candle's a week. Here's the low of the year. Here's the high of the year. Huge trading range for crude oil. And for the week, look at that. Lower low, lower high. Broke below last week's low. We're in a demand zone down here. Key level for me to start looking for bullish trades. We have a gap down here, not even filled yet. And natural gas, again, 5-year chart, weekly candle. Huge trading range this week, above average price range, big strong move up. Let's go over to the metals. Gold, it's not just for jewelry. It also has industrial use. 10-year chart, monthly candles. So the high of the year, the low of the year, we're inside the range. The trend is down, lower low, lower high. Testing midpoint of that big wick. Interesting. Again, bullish opportunities for a setup. Silver. Again, look at the huge trading range here. And we made a higher high, higher low, forming a bearish pin bar after a retest at midpoint there. I am not in metals. I'm still looking for lower prices to occur before I take a trade bullish. Platinum. Yep. Big red candle, big trading range, big wicks on the top, rejections. And copper, new high for the year. Big demand, big strong move up to the upside. Let's take this to the lower time frame, weekly now, commodities. The metals. Here we are on the 5-year chart weekly. So we have this consolidation here. Let me update this. And we had the breakdown last week, forming a big wick on the bottom, showing demand of buyers stepping in. We also have a key level down here, hasn't been tested yet. Silver, massive rejection up here. Look at that big red candle, massive rejection. Now here, these past 2 weeks, I'm seeing what looks more like distribution, dodgy candles, mixed signals between gold and silver. Platinum. Same thing. The past 2 weeks, smaller trading ranges. The trend is down. Lower low, lower high. First, copper. Okay, we did that bearish pin bar, making the high for the year. We did a retest. That green candle. And this past week, higher high, higher low. Big wicks on the bottom. Copper. Huge demand used for industrial. Those AI plants, they use copper. Your appliances, microwave, refrigerator, oven, stove, they use copper. HVAC systems, air conditioning systems, cars, all those EV charging stations use copper. Big demand. Improving the infrastructure, building to be a modern nation. Commodities. Let's go over to the agricultural now. Corn. Did make a new high for the year and then sold off. Closed below that prior month. So we have a rejection up here. Very tight trading range this year. Same with last year. Big consolidation. So it looks like it's forming a W pattern. That's bullish. There's a certain price level I'll be looking for bullish trade. Rough rice up strong. Look at that big trading week. Sorry, trading month. And wheat. Yep, tight consolidation since last year. This week, big red candle, rejection. So we might see further pullback. Sorry, this month. Soybean oil up strong. Big run up. The wars do that. Soybean meal, past 3 months, big wicks on the top, rejection, but still making higher highs, higher lows. And soybean. So now here, the past 3 months, smaller trading ranges, red candles, big wicks on the top. Might see a further pullback in here, that big green candle. Let's take it down to the weekly. Corn. Look at these past years here. Let me update this. Here's the low for the year. Here's the high for the year. Look at that. I came here unprepared. I didn't do all my work before I came here. I'm going to get probably a D from this teachers. And here's the low for the year. Last assignments. There we go. So we're in a decline. We also have a gap down here. It hasn't been filled yet. Corn. One of the commodities used in agriculturals for transportation of commodity of the agricultural and the seeds and the growth is oil. So the price of oil has an impact on agricultural. Rough rice. Again, look at this nice run up here. And the wheat. Big red candle. Big sell-off. See what buyers step on that one soon. And soybean oil, new high for the year. Big, strong green candle up here. Coming up to a swing high all the way from November 2022. Big run up. Might want to pick some of that up this weekend before that goes higher at your convenience store. Soybean meal, 2 inside candles back to back. Does not happen too often. And soybean, building consolidation up here. Might get some more retracement on the downside, but more likely building consolidation could go draw out for a while until it goes higher. And now let's take it to livestock for you red meat eaters. Go to the monthly first. Again, higher fuel prices, higher feed could add higher prices to your livestock. So live cattle, monthly, all-time new high. Got a big run up. Did a retest of that body too. So one expect it to still be going higher. Feeder cattle, big sell-off. Could make a new low for the year. Yep, made a new low for the year. But big consolidation here too. First, last year, a lot of trending, and now more of a consolidation. Lean hog, inside candle. Well, this is interesting. You had these 2 big green candles here. Little red candle, that mid-test. Big impulse move up on that green candle. And inside candle here. More likely to have what? Breakouts to the upside. So buying on the dips, lean hog. See, retest higher. Let's put this here. There we go. Oops. And that was the monthly. We'll finish this off by going down to the weekly of the livestock. Live cattle. Yep, barcoding here. Building consolidation. Building energy for the next move up. Feeder cattle. Wow, look at that little candle. A little dodgy after that big impulse move down. So again, there's demand down here, buyers. And doing that M pattern. Here's a sweet spot. It might see if there's going to be a retest down here. It hasn't been tested yet. Balance area. So here's an imbalance area too. These are key levels. If they get retested to look for trade ideas. Put this on the monthly too now. Back to the monthly, just to see where they are at. Yep, interesting. Lean hog, the weekly. Yeah, so a big impulse move up there. And a retest. I'm sorry, a retracement. This is no longer valid. Let's remove that. Inside candle for the week. So the higher prices in commodities, higher fuel prices, transport them, feed them. Tariffs, wars. Situation is, if you're not earning more income, where are you going to cut back? Also, livestock takes seasons to produce. It's not as fast as your growing tomatoes. But also the rain, the dryness affect the agricultural livestock. A lot of livestock died in the winter, if you're not situation over there, that because of the extreme colds up north. And then also we had the diseases of some cattle in Mexico. So it had to reduce those imports. Big impacts occurring on the commodity markets. Thank you as always, spending just a little time with me. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching.